talk about this group right here, this arsenal that Green Bay has put together. Morning, everybody. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Platinum Elite will join me soon as we're going to talk about last night's game, preview a couple of games over the weekend. Ain't too much. Oh my God. Week 15? I mean, folks, next week, the doubleheader up here is Cousins going back to Minnesota and uh, Seattle, Arizona. You know what that tells you, folks? That the playoff spots in the NFC, there's still you got three teams in the North. Atlanta. I'm gonna throw Tampa in there and Philly. And the winner of the West, you'll get the 4 or 5 thing. But football's over already, folks. After I told everybody, you separate yourself in week 12. Now let's get to last night because last night was comical, in my opinion. Tungalova was talking all this BS about changing the narrative. Okay, Dolphins gonna come, but that game was over the second Miami fumbled the punt early in the first quarter. Green Bay got up 27-3, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Green Bay that hasn't even scratched the surface about getting the season. They'll get ready next week. They got who they got? They got Detroit next Thursday. Then at Seattle, we're gonna do both of those games, and then New Orleans. I'm not doing that one on a Monday night, no. And then we'll be back for the Viking game, week 17. Their season starts now, and I'm gonna tell you the difference between the Dolphins organization and the Packer organization. Listen up. The Dolphins, they have lost their way for the last 40 years. They have become very soft, very. I've been saying this all along. They like to play finesse football, and you don't win with finesse football. Green Bay showed you that last night. They're as finesse as it gets, but when you give that ball to Josh Jacobs, you're going to take some bruises. Miami, very soft, very passive, glitz, glamour, speed over the place. I said it all along, it ain't going to get you. Yeah, it gets you excited when you play bad teams. When you play good teams like last night and a team that, let's be honest, I'll say it again, they haven't even started the season yet. Green Bay, they'll start their season next week, and I'm going to tell you how scary that is, what I'm saying. Green Bay has won as many games last year. They won 9 now. They're 9-3. I know it's quiet because it's Detroit, and I'm going to get to Detroit tonight when I come back and do the aftermath. I mean, excuse me, do straight football. We're going to praise the Eagles later tonight. Bro, are you kidding me? And then you hear guys like David Furones, that clown, talking about, well, Tua did no. Tua's played 9 games. No, no, no excuse, Dave. None. The team is soft. The team uh, have no pride whatsoever. And to hear Tua in the press conference late last night, I caught a little bit of it, trying to make excuses. And I'm like, bro, here's the bottom line. Get your team to the playoffs. Win playoff games. You don't do that, you're just a regular season quarterback. You played well in the month of November. Hell, you may win the player of the month the way you played to it. But remember, last night, once that game got 27-3, Green Bay cut off the lights because Green Bay was playing to get Jordan Love a turkey leg. They said that to a man because Fox, and I'm going to get on those bastards in a second, didn't give him one last year because they thought Detroit was going to roll, and that's what happens when you put your hopes on one team. Now, it was kind of funny last night while Jordan Brooks is yelling and screaming in the locker room, calling the Dolphins a bunch of wussies, but they're soft. That's why Jordan Brooks is the man. The Packers' offense, I'm talking about the skill players, not the linemen. The skill players were eating turkey legs on the field, and they gave to Jordan Love two turkey legs. For Green Bay last night, that was a bona fide scrimmage. And they took care of business. Nobody's hurt, and they'll get ready for the stretch run and see where it goes. And I think Love will start to get into rhythm now. What's up, Iman? Good morning. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. Love got is not even in rhythm yet. And they took care of business last night the way young, up and coming juggernaut teams like Green Bay do. While on the other side, Miami's gonna have to really redo this team. And it ain't gonna take a year, it's gonna take a couple of years. Get physical both sides of the trenches, uh, get some big outside linebackers, become, more meaner and tougher instead of pussy, which the Dolphins are. And where are the fanboys now? I was ripping the fanboys on shout out to Big O, gives me nothing but love on his channel. We go back a good 10, 11 years. What's the fanboys at? Where are they? I mean, you had Moss up here Sunday saying like I'm a homer. Yeah, where is that now? You know where these guys are at right now, getting ready for the draft. Okay, all right. And the difference between Miami and Green Bay is this: Green Bay, they don't have an owner. They let football men run the organization, and it's mighty strange how once they hit on Don Mikowski and he had a career-ending injury, then Favre, then Rodgers, and now Love. They fulfilled the most important position the last 32 years. Quarterback. And that's why Green Bay don't miss a beat. Yeah, they'll have a down year here and there, but they continue to roll. While Miami, I'm not going to blame it all on Dan Marino like a lot of people do nationally, but the Dolphins went just total pussy once Marino got to that Super Bowl. They're soft. Their fan base don't demand. And I'm gonna tell you what else this team turned to the negative. I don't like Huizenga, but Huizenga spent his money where his mouth was. He got Keith Jackson. He got Keith Byers. Okay. Shula knew how to draft in the trenches in his last days. Huizenga got you Jimmy. Where he fucked up though was he let Wannstedt after Jimmy, and Wannstedt passed on Drew Brees. Saban passed on Drew Brees. And then this is the one that bothers me more than anything. And this is why the Dolphin fan base is a joke and their media is a joke. You're really going to take Jake Long, a player that if you ask people, who do you know, Jake Long or Matt Ryan, and you passed on Matt Ryan, I swear to God, if Matt Ryan was picked, the Dolphins in the 2010s would have been competing with Pittsburgh, Baltimore, New England, because they had the quarterback in their laps with the number one overall pick, and instead they take a lineman who is, in my opinion, steroid up, and that's why he only lasted 5 years, and you never heard of him again. Matt Ryan's a borderline Hall of Fame. Are you kidding me? Seriously, Dolphin fan, and the Dolphin fan base didn't hold Parcells accountable. The national media did, I can tell you that. That was the beginning of the Wannstedt was the beginning. Ricky quitting on them. He saw what I saw with them at that time, which was 20 years ago. And then I forgot the name of the Dolphin executive who called Mike Tomlin a hip hop coach. And Iman's cracking up. And then the worst thing of all, and you got these ass clowns down in Miami who defends this idiot. The downfall and the downward spiral was when Stephen Ross bought the team. Let's do the coaches, shall we? Joe Philbin, loser. Adam Gase, at least he got you to the playoffs in his first year, so I'll push him aside. New Jack City, Brian Flores, they couldn't handle a New York nigger, okay? They couldn't handle Brownsville, Brooklyn from the projects with his boys with his $250,000 truck when he rolled back into BK with his boys eating chicken fried rice. Eating pork fried rice and 4 chicken wings on the bench in the projects in Brownsville. Same projects Mike Tyson grew up in. And then you have the nutty professor bumbling idiot as a head coach who figured out how to compete, but not last night. Let me do the voice. I got to get 2 of his numbers so he can shine on national TV. He got most of those yards once it was 27-3. It was so bad for me, boring for me, that I went to sleep. I woke up when the game was finally over and they was going to give Jordan Love two turkey legs. Shout out to the Hall of Famer Leroy Butler. And then Jordan Brooks. This is why I wanted Jordan Brooks in Miami. And last night after the game, he went into a tirade calling his team pussy, soft. He's right about that. And Miami is one loss away from being done. So I don't want to hear these Dolphin fools talking about, hey, we can still get. No. You'll be lucky to beat the Jets next week, and the Jets are healthy, but I think the Jets are going to get a beat down Sunday by Seattle. But that's a story for another day. But to the point, one organization is a joke, and the other organization is the gold standard of the league because the Green Bay Packers are the NFL. They are America's team, not the Cowboys. The only reason why the Cowboys was named America's team because the national media did not want to freeze in big games in Lambeau in January. Speaking of big games, Sunday night in Buffalo, they expect them to be playing in the middle of a snowdrift. It's going to be 23.8 inches of snow on the ground. And when that happens up in upstate New York here, you're not getting out of Buffalo till like 2 or 3 days, maybe even a week. So that game, you're going to see some snow Sunday night in Orchard Park. I'm going to do the game up here. Josh Allen and company. But back to these two franchises. Miami right now, they are, forget Crossroads. They have to now begin to wonder, did we effed up paying all these guys that never accomplished anything? And that's on them. And they're not going to be anything until they start becoming more bigger and physical both sides of the ball. Until then, they're just a team that can beat bad teams and can't beat good teams. That's what they are. And the other side, like I said, Green Bay hasn't even started yet. And if I'm the NFC, I'll be very worried. And with Detroit all banged up on defense, and I will talk about, I looked at the hockey card today. The best games are at 3 o'clock, so I'll be back at 8 o'clock to do straight football. We're going to do the Eagles tonight. And I'll say this right now. The Eagles, you might as well pencil them now as the NFC champion. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl back in April. I don't see no team that can beat the Eagles in the NFC. None. I don't want to hear about Detroit. Green Bay's not ready. They would love to kick the Falcons' ass. So would the Packers. That's why the Packers went to fifth seed, so they can play indoors. Because if you don't realize about the Packers, they're an indoor team. Their offense fits indoors. Their defense is indoors. They get the fifth seed, they feel they can run the table. I don't think so, but they believe they can run the table. And again, that as uh, damn, I forgot the defensive edge. He said, it's been scrimmages for us. Now it's the regular season starts next week against Detroit. They got a tough schedule. Detroit next week at Seattle on Sunday Night Football. We'll be there for that. And we'll talk about the Seahawks resurgence in the Saints. I will not even pay attention to that game. And then they have the big one against Minnesota. And that will be for the fifth seed. And that's what they're looking for. Get the fifth seed, play indoors. That's the mission. That's what smart teams do. They play to their strengths. As far as the quarterbacks go last night, Tua got a lot of his stuff in garbage time. And thank God I went to sleep. And Love was okay. I mean, nothing special with Love last night. Love hasn't really cranked it up. And he's going to crank it up next week. I promise you that. Money's on the table now. Now is go time for Green Bay, for Atlanta, for Tampa, for the NFC West. That's why Seattle is looking impressive. We'll be there in Arizona next week. That'll be our late game of our doubleheader next Sunday in Glendale. Um, and the NFC, AFC, if Denver didn't get that field goal block, they'll be going to 9-4 right now. They're going to be 8-5. They're going to beat Cleveland at home on Monday night, and they'll be 8-5. The knock on the Chargers now that they can't beat good teams, like the Dolphins can't beat good teams. And I always said the Dolphins and Chargers are like cousins. That's what I've been saying for the longest. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. I didn't even watch the first two games, folks. I didn't waste my eyesight. No reason to yesterday. Sunday, I'll be on at 4 o'clock on Sunday. Yeah, like I was saying, like I said, Green Bay hasn't even scratched the surface yet, and that's scary for the NFC. But they're not ready to win big yet. And you saw that last night when that buffoonish defense. This is why I never picked Green Bay for Super Bowl. Defense is joke. They better be glad Jordan Love was a grand slam for them. They better be glad about that. And Josh Jacobs has been nothing but a monster. They better be glad about that. As far again back to Miami, Miami's gonna have to reload. They're gonna have to tear it down. They got those clowns for 3 more years. There'll be 3 more years of 7-10, 10-7, seventh seed, and because you're not going to beat Buffalo for the division. As long as that quarterback is playing quarterback up in Orchard Park, he has replaced Tom Brady as the heir apparent of the AFC East. So, Miami, you could forget that. You better start getting more physical both sides of the ball. Start get yourself a Josh Jacobs in this draft and start pounding the rock because we'll see. Like Akeem, Mozart. I like Wright, but your coach is an idiot down in Miami, so he's not going to run him. I got the Fantilla. I got the Fantilla Phil, so he can shine in front of the national audience. Okay? That's why you was down 27-3, genius. And then Green Bay took it as a scrimmage, and the incentive of the game was to get Jordan Love a turkey leg, and they got him 2 turkey legs. And the entire offense, turkey legs. Not the linemen. They took the turkey back to the locker room. But for Miami, hey, gotta start making some changes, man. Gotta start making some changes. Green Bay, next year is the year. And I'll pick them next year to go all the way. Next year's their year. They'll be ready. Year 3 of Love is the starter. All those kids as they're growing up in front of everybody's eyes. Green Bay next year will be the team to beat. I guarantee you in the NFL. A year from now. Not now. This is Philly's time now. And it depends on who Philly plays on the other side. I think if they play a team like, and you're going to see it Sunday, but we'll be in Baltimore Sunday to see the star child, which is Lamar Jackson. What a show he put on Monday night. And we'll see him against Jalen Hurts. That's your late afternoon game on CBS, and your game tomorrow on Sunday night. I don't know how people are going to play this game, but 23.8 inches of snow at kickoff, and they're going to be playing through a snow drift all game long, folks, up in Buffalo. So it's going to be fascinating. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, what's up with you, Mace?
I'm
Hey,
good.
can you hear me?
Hear you crystal clear, family. We're good.
Um, yeah, man, it's interesting. So this is what the last week college football,
Yes.
okay, and then what? Couple of days, 10 days, 15. We're gonna get in the bowl, and I don't know how they're gonna do the 14 team playoff. I don't know when that's gonna start. I have no idea how they're gonna work that out. It's been an interesting year, though, Mace.
Yeah, to the point where I'm going to be honest with you. I find a kind of, I wouldn't say a turnoff, but a bore. That's a better way to put it. A bore. I think it's boring because, you, and I know a lot of people hate Alabama across the country. You're not going to see Alabama. They're out. If Georgia loses this SEC championship game next week, they're out. And the Big Ten is going to really flex their muscle in this playoff system. There's going to be
Mm.
a lot of Big Ten teams in the playoffs, folks.
Now you said Georgia. If Georgia loses, they got the have they got the people picked for who's going to be in the SEC championship game?
I don't know who they're going to play in the championship game next week, but they're right. It's going to be Georgia against somebody.
Well, I'm sure there'll be somebody, man. So this week don't have no impact on that.
It does, yeah. If they lose to
Oh,
Georgia Tech, but I don't think.
Georgia play. Okay, I
I
got you.
don't think Georgia's going to lose to Georgia Tech though. They know how important that game is. A rematch with Texas next week? I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that one.
I'm getting word that Texas is 3 overall. They're playing Texas A&M. People are saying they'll probably lose that one. I think
Mm,
Ohio State.
they're
I
number
think what they,
two.
huh?
Ohio State's number two.
I think they play. Who they play, man?
Oh, Michigan.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how this stuff plays out, man. A lot of these teams, it looks like they're locks and they're going to win, but they got to be careful with these games, especially this final game, like Mississippi State versus University of Mississippi. All of these rivalry ain't games. They don't always work out the way people assume. But what we got prime time, right? Prime time's playing right now. He's 16.
And a half point fake.
Yep, and we'll see how that plays out. Now, my thing is with Grundy, even though he's got a bad team,
Yeah.
he's got a decent running back though, right?
Yeah.
They might they might be a lot harder to beat than people assume.
Which team? Dion?
Huh?
Which team you talking about? Colorado?
Yeah.
The only way they're going to get in if they win their league.
Well, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. And
They
another
got
thing,
three losses.
even if they did, I mean, even if Dion does do that, he's not going to do nothing in no playoffs, man. That team ain't going. They're not ready. The Dion's afraid to play those guys. Those big guys, he's afraid of those guys. That's why he won't book. He could do that now. He ain't gonna book no game against some top 10 team. He could do that now. So I mean, I'm not even. I'm just saying he'll win the game this week. I think he'll win this.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He's going to win this week. Yeah, no doubt. You look, these are the playoff rankings as we speak. Oregon's one, Ohio State is two, Texas three, Penn State four. So let me break it down to you. Oregon, let me rephrase it. The first four teams in the playoff rankings, folks, three of them are in the Big Ten. Then you got Notre Dame at five. They're not the Notre Dame got one more game and they're gonna finish five. Then it's Miami, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, SMU, Indiana, who took a brutal loss to Ohio State, Boise State, and Clemson. Boise State plot if they win Saturday, they're gonna make the playoffs. Why? If they win tomorrow, they're gonna make it. Why? They have the most likely Heisman Trophy winner on their team. And Boise in this century has been very good, been a very good program. I cannot speak for the rest. I know whoever wins the ACC, the loser is out, the ACC championship, and I don't know how that's going to go next week. Could be Miami and SMU next week. It could be Clemson and SMU. I don't know how they're going to do that. Everything else is Big 12 maps. I mean Big 10.
Hmm. Have you seen the board today, Mace?
The college board, the playoff
Mhm.
board. I'm looking at it right now.
What do you think? Who's gonna win?
The national championship.
No, the games being played today.
Oh, you want me to look at that? There were the big games tomorrow. I'll look at that. I had the pros up, but I'll do that. Hold on. I definitely like Dion today.
You think Colorado's gonna stretch their legs?
Yeah, they're gonna cover this. They're gonna cover that 16 and a half. Not
Think
even a question.
he did that to piss his team off to get him to come after Okie State?
Yeah, they're gonna destroy Gundy, bro. Point spread went down. It's down to 14 and a half. I'll definitely take Colorado.
Yeah,
Colorado
people
is our home
pouring
team,
money
bro.
is coming in heavy on Okie State.
Yeah. Boise State, Oregon. I'm gonna take Boise State in the 17 and a half.
And
They're
that Grundy
playing.
guy, Grundy's been out saying he's gonna take Dion to the woodshed. So
That game is on right now in your local ABC affiliate, Okie State at Colorado. I'm gonna take Boise State today in the 17 and a half.
yeah, you got. Let me see. Let's go. Let me see. Okay, here we go. We got Oregon State, Boise, 17 and a half point spread. Uh, I'm not now me. I like Boise State, but they really haven't been doing anything against the number. I don't trust them. I'll trust them against Oregon State, but you start taking them and playing against the big boys. No, no way, no way. I'm gonna take them. You got Colorado, Oklahoma State, 14 and a half number came down.
I'm
Two
taking that
points,
14
two
and
and
a
a
half.
half points. A lot of money came in late. A lot of money came in late on Oklahoma State. A lot of people. Well, first of all, Dion. A lot of people don't like Dion.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so he's going to automatically get a lot of bets against him. So, and probably a lot of people didn't realize they were playing today.
I caught it on Tuesday that they were playing today.
Okay. Now you got Navy, ECU,
I'm gonna take Navy plus three.
Buster 3. I think Navy's having a good year.
I'll do too.
That line is real low. I'd have to take ECU on that.
Okay.
Yeah, and ECU, I mean, didn't they? Somebody just, was it Navy? I think somebody just got throttled. Yeah, I think Navy played Tulane. Yeah, Tulane. Yeah, so I don't know about that. Now, Minnesota, Wisconsin. At home, Minnesota. Ooh, I
Game
probably
is
would have,
in Madison. I'm gonna
yeah,
take Minnesota and the point and a half.
I'd have to take Minnesota on that. Did you get the flyer, Mace?
I put it up already.
Yeah, I was trying to say that we got to start the program. It's going to be get the bag, and we got to get it up, man. So not enough people are tuning in, But we certainly going to do something for the playoffs, Mace. I promise you that.
No doubt.
Now
You like boy?
let's give out
You
some
like
winners. Let's give out some winners today. You got
yeah,
Colorado. You put Colorado out. Okay.
16, 14 and a half. I'll jump on it. Yeah.
Okay. We got, okay, that'll be the 12 o'clock game. I'll take Minnesota over Wisconsin.
Yeah, point and a half.
Uh,
I'll take Minnesota.
okay.
Boise, I'll
Navy,
take the 17 and a half.
this Navy ECU, that number. The thing that scares me, if you like Navy because they're having a good year, is why is the number so low, which makes me tend to, since the number is so low, I tend to go in ahead and go with ECU.
Okay, I'm gonna go Navy because they're getting ready for the big one, Army Navy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, the 3 o'clock games, we got Texas State. Okay, we now get on that. Is there any particular game that
About to
you
say.
see? No, I mean, I don't even want to try. I mean, I could break it down, but I don't know. These little small teams, man, so unless you know something, nobody's gonna put money on South Alabama. You know who surprised me though? Colorado State.
They always had a good program, Clyde.
Huh?
They always they've always had a good program there.
Under that coach?
No, no, last year he was okay. This year I think he's gotten better. You know, they surprised you, huh? I, I'm gonna take Mississippi State over, not to win, but to cover the 24 and a half against old boy down no Miss Kiffin
To stay within the number 24.
in a
Ooh,
half. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to play it, but if I played it, I got to take the Rebels, man. They are not taking their foot off the gas. They are playing for keeps, and they are blowing. I mean, that Jason Dart and Lane Kiffin, they're killing teams. If I played it, I'd have to take the Rebels. You got trying to see what else you got. You got Nebraska, Iowa, Georgia Tech, Georgia. Okay, you saying if Georgia Tech could come in and beat Georgia,
they're up.
yeah, uh,
Yo, pull up. Hold up for a second. Yo, get the hell up here, bro. You wait till you see who's coming up. He loves our segment, by the way.
Georgia Tech, Georgia. I don't know. I know Georgia Tech. They got the big win against Miami. They came back, beat NC State 7-4. Can they go in there and go into Georgia?
I don't
Nah, I
think
don't
so.
see that, man. Nah,
I
yeah, I
don't
don't.
see that either.
This is gonna be a 35 to nothing beat down.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Colorado State over Utah State.
Okay.
Utah State's horrible this year. I think they only got one win, so I'm gonna take Colorado State over Utah State.
All right. And then we run out of game. Oh, we got the NFL game. You know, it's an NFL game today.
Our friend who's coming up here, he was with me on Monday night. He's taking the Raiders to cover and may win the game.
Mm. No, well, I could pretty much tell them they ain't gonna win it.
Well, if he pulls up here, he can explain why. He told me why Monday night. Why he loves his squad to beat to cover against the Chiefs. I mean the Chiefs. Yeah, he definitely jumped on the 13. Hopefully
Mace,
he'll be up here in a minute.
I wouldn't. Okay. The
Hey
problem.
Pat, before we go to the NFL today, what do you think of Nebraska Iowa today?
Ah, I've pretty much gotten off the Nebraska bandwagon. Iowa, I really don't keep up with them. And you
Mm-hmm.
know what? They tend to be on like you got a east section and a west section in the Big 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are on like they're the team that always winds up playing either Michigan or Ohio State.
Yeah,
And
they're on the other side. Yeah, they're with Nebraska. Yeah.
um I'm I don't have an opinion on it. I hadn't even
Okay.
looked at
Okay.
I wouldn't even begin to even speak on what's going on with that particular team. That's my
I'm definitely going to take. Uh, I'm gonna take the Raiders plus 13 and a half today. Kansas City will win, but the Raiders will cover because they always play Kansas City tough. No matter how bad the Raiders are, they play the Chiefs tough. And remember last year, they went into Kansas City on Christmas Day and beat them.
okay. Hey, hey, it's a rivalry game. Um, you got a lot of factors. You got a rivalry game. You got a team like the Raiders, who this is the type of game that can make their season for their fans. Um, you got Kansas City, their winning record. Who knows how much they'll even be into the game? It's a Friday. The game's on Friday at 3 o'clock. Who knows how much they care? You know, they're going to make the playoffs. They just won the Super Bowl. You have a lot of things factored. Now I'm gonna tell you what I look at.
Yeah, good.
Thir- 13 and a half points is too many points. And the reason I say that, they don't give money away. There is no way the line maker is gonna line this game so that number so high. This the Kansas City, I mean yeah, Kansas City and Andy Reid don't really cover any bet that's lined over like 6 and 7. Because Andy, the way he plays, he takes the knee. They just don't focus on scoring. They just want to win the game. When
Yeah,
you give me 13 and a half, now that don't mean that the Raiders don't won't win. I'm just saying that's for me, you're gonna run me off of that game. I can't put no money on. I can watch it, but if I played it, I'd have to take the 13.
I'm taking the. I say Chiefs win, but I'm taking the Raiders to cover. No doubt about that. Too many points.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, you're getting a lot of points. It looks like free money.
Yeah, I'm trying to find me uh, a third game this week in my picks.
Hmm. What happened to your friend, Mace? I was trying to help him make some money. You got sick, and then I haven't heard nothing.
All right, our friend, you know who he is, says Chiefs will win 21-17. Bro, why don't you just come up here and chill with us, bro? You be, I think you'll be happy to hear from you. Come on up. Don't be in the chat hiding. I mean, goddamn, we spent so many nights together up here, all three of us and others. Let me ask you this. Uh, I'm gonna ask you a game for Sunday, and this game to me fascinates me because this team lost last Monday night. I like the Chargers in Atlanta, the -1. What do you think of that game Sunday?
Um, Harbaugh has improved the Chargers. They're a much better team. Um, I still would defer to Atlanta. But once again, I don't have the game broke down. If you ask me like the way you're asking me, I'd have to take Atlanta.
Okay.
I think that when Cousins, when he's accurate, their whole Chargers, their defense is very you can there are holes there that you can get into and beat them.
Would you play that game?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't play it at all.
Okay.
You look at the board, you look at a board and you see if you're in Vegas and you come downstairs, you look at the board. If they say we got 6 games playing between 12 and 3, you pick the best opportunity to make a little money on those games. When we look at a game like a Chargers Atlanta, it's
Yeah.
it's up for grab. And see, what you never want to do is you don't want to gamble. And anytime you don't know who's going to win, you are gambling. You do not want to gamble because they have all that's what, see, the casino wants you to gamble
Hmm. I
because as
agree.
long as you gamble, they win. But when you know something like, when you know a team got a wonderful offense, and you know another team has got a bad quarterback, and you know that quarterback is real limited.
Hmm.
Like I'll give you an example. When the somebody's quarterback went down, was it Georgia? I think was it Georgia. I think he got hurt against Florida, and they came. Somebody's quarterback got hurt, and you look at the number, and if you didn't keep up with the game, you really didn't know. I mean, like nationwide, they put the backup in there, and I knew that guy was trash from the way he had played. So, yeah, and pretty much it went just like I thought. It was they played, but they couldn't score. They couldn't do anything. It was a horrible fucking it was a horrible matchup.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, people in the clouds, if you're watching, my picks are right on the ticker underneath. Eagles plus 2.5. Love the Eagles 2.5. I think they're the best team in the NFC by none. I don't. I am so into the Eagles. I picked them back in April, but I don't think they'll break a sweat going to the Super Bowl. I don't think they'll break a sweat. I mean, you um, Seahawks plus 4.5, and I'm going to take the Viking Cardinal game over 45 points. I think both teams will score a lot. So those are my picks for this week. This shitty week this week, folks, in football. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
agree with that plot?
Hmm.
This NFL week is crap. Would you agree with that?
Not really. I mean, when you look, um, a game is a game, and it's up to the person to break it down.
Mm-hmm.
There are easy games. There are games where you know for a fact, like Alabama versus Sam Houston State. You know who's gonna win that game. But um, hey man, this stuff's be over with within the next 2 months, all of it, and then it'll be another 6 7 months of no football, and you can recover. But you take your opportunities, you take advantage of your opportunities, and this weekend is just depends. Another thing about is who you don't pick. So if there's a group of teams, certain teams you don't pick. So you
Yeah.
say it's a bad week for you. Well, the smart thing to do on that is not to play because you wind up playing. Say you just pick one game, but it's you just don't like the matchups.
No,
But
no, no, no.
you can find.
Picking wise is okay. I got my three picks. I just don't like the games this week, this weekend. I mean, I like San Diego and Atlanta. I think that's going to be a very competitive game. And the Rams and Eagles, I think it's going to be very competitive. The rest of the games suck. And Atlanta, Arizona, I think will be a. I mean, Arizona and Minnesota, I think it's going to be a good game. The other games blow.
Hmm.
I don't give San Francisco no shot going to Buffalo and winning in 20 in a snowdrift. If they do
I mean, I
that,
hadn't even um, the way you do it, Mace, is you worry about today. Today is Friday. You worry about today. You never worry about tomorrow. I mean, they tee the thing up and then they kick off. And you worry about this game. You worry about these teams. What happens tomorrow? You worry about it then. What happens Sunday? You worry about Sunday. What happens Monday? You worry about Monday. But what you have to be focused on is this is Black Friday. They got a whole lineup of games, and you find you a winner. You find you got an NFL game, you find a winner. If you into basketball, you got college baskets. You go out, you find you a winner, and you never just say, "Hey, damn, it was just threw Shador into the bench." You never just And then now they're having a fight. I pretty much knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, you just and that's how you play. You play, as simple as that. You worry about this game, and you worry about this matchup, and that's how you win. It's it's not even about and it's also you got the playoffs, you got the bowl season, you got opportunities, and another thing too, because getting hot, you can go on a win streak doing bowl games, man. You can go 10 in a row. You knocked out 10 in a row.
You know what's funny about the bowl games? And I
Hmm.
couldn't agree with you more. I agree. A lot of these teams, like I'll give you an example. Ole Miss, they're not going to make the playoffs. So I can see after tomorrow, or today, I don't know when Kiffin plays, they're going to call off the dogs because they have nothing to play for.
Well, Ole Miss will get a good bowl. Those top teams, they're gonna get good bowls. Like I said, I don't know how they're gonna break it down. I don't know when they're gonna start because it's 14 teams and breaking it. I have no idea how they're gonna do it. But Ole Miss, and you got it depends now with this new thing now with guys taking this new thing where guys are not going to the bowl games, guys going straight to the pros. With a team like Ole Miss, you do have to look and see the motivation, and you have to look and see who's there, who's going to be playing in that bowl game. But you got to do that for all of them.
Gotta wait 2 weeks for that announcement, folks. Gotta wait a little bit for the bowl games.
Mm.
You want to run the NFL right now since you're up here?
I haven't. When I say that, man, so I haven't even looked at. I don't even know. I don't even know what the line is. I mean,
The games are.
what teams that matched up. I saw Thursday. I saw Green Bay. I saw Detroit. I see how strong Detroit is. Very powerful football team. I know Chicago could have won. They have holes, but it looks like Detroit's headed there, man. Looks like it's nothing you can do. Detroit's going to get into the playoffs, and they're going to challenge the 49ers if they don't knock them off.
The
And Green Bay,
49ers, I don't think making the playoffs.
huh?
I don't think the 49ers are going to make the playoffs.
Is Purdy hurt?
Yeah, he's going to give it a go Sunday night in the snow.
What's wrong with him?
His elbow again, where he
Oh,
hurt last year.
okay. And what's the 49er record?
5-6.
Okay, 5-6, and they're with the Cards.
Yeah, they're 6-5. Seattle's in first place. They're 6-5, and the Rams are 5-6. Only one
Oh,
team is coming out that division.
okay. Okay. It's lining up. Look like it'll be a Detroit uh playoff. I mean, look like on that side of the fence, it's gonna be Detroit.
I'm gonna go Philly. Like I just said a couple of minutes ago, I don't think Philly's gonna break a sweat to get to the Super Bowl.
Well, they certainly have done good with the Barkley addition to the team. Um,
I like them since April. I said you don't got the 49ers on the schedule. I don't think Dallas ain't gonna be that good. Now Washington has surprised me, but I think they're coming back down to earth now.
yeah.
And I think like I didn't think he would win Rookie of the Year, but it looks like Bo Nix is gonna steal Rookie of the Year from James Daniels.
Okay. Bo Nix will be rookie. Yeah, I see Denver. I mean, I gotta go. I see that they're winning. I just gotta see more. I'm not, but uh he's a system guy. I'm glad they working it out. He's no different than the guy in Oregon right now. That's you back up, count to three, throw left. Back up, count to two, throw across. Yeah, those guys. That's how they play, and that's why they really don't wind up in the NFL because they're just a system guy. And once you know their system guys, you can jump their routes. That's all Oregon in. Um, Oregon's number one. We'll see.
I
We'll see.
think we win the national
And
championship.
Ohio State. Ohio State has come back. Ohio State, the great, what do they call it? The grand, what is it? The great Ohio State or something like that. Ohio State,
The Ohio State.
the Ohio State. Yeah,
We
they
like Ohio State.
have they have a wonderful team, man. It's just up to that coach. But when they play, they they win. They got great. They got a decent linebacker, got a decent quarterback, and the defense. That's their biggest weakness. But if you know how to line, if you look at that opposing team and you know how to line those guys up, you can. Ohio State has the talent to stay with anybody, including Oregon. They should have beat Oregon. They can stay with any team in the nation. And that is the biggest disappointment being an Ohio State fan, how they have so much talent and then they be losing. And they look like this ain't gonna happen, but they'll lose to a team like Michigan.
I
Michigan's a
think
shit team this year, but they'll turn around and lose to Michigan.
I think also what's going to hurt Ohio State is the landmine who is in their way to get to a championship. I know for a fact. I keep forgetting the young man at Notre Dame. I think he'll be licking his chops for a rematch with Ohio State.
Notre
I
Dame.
like that young coach a lot. He don't give a damn about the offense. He cares about the
They lost.
defense.
They lost to them last time they played them
By one
at,
point.
at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So I like the coach. He's got them winning. Um, we'll see what he does Saturday. But Notre Dame's like, ooh, Notre Dame's on a 8-0. Notre Dame on the spread. They every time they lost to they Notre Dame lost to Miami of Ohio. I had Miami of Ohio, and Miami of Ohio beat them. I had them. After that, and I left Notre Dame alone, but they covered the spread. They covered the spread. Every team they played, they've covered. So since Miami of Ohio, they're like 8-0 against the spread. That's all you really need. If you can catch a team, forget Alabama, Georgia, forget Colorado. I'm saying if you're a dude out here, if you could just catch that, a streak, man, if you play that right, do you know if you play it right and you can see it before the line maker
Hmm.
catches you, you could triple, quadruple your money because you see this team and it's going, and the people are still thinking, oh, they lost to Miami of Ohio. Oh, they ain't any good. They lost to Miami, and Notre Dame, sure enough, 8-0 against the spread. Now I don't know about this week as far as covering the spread. They might not cover the spread this week, but that's even better because you want a team getting into a bowl or going into. You want to let all that them all them streaks. You don't want to have no streaks. Like Oregon is undefeated. They It's going to be very hard for them to go through a play. They're already undefeated. Now they got to go and have an undefeated playoffs. That's going. The odds are against them.
Okay.
And I
I think
think
it's
the
against them too. I think looking at this picture, Georgia lose one of these two games. I don't see them losing in Athens. But if they lose to Texas, the only real SEC team we're going to have in this, which I find refreshing, is Tennessee and looks like who's the other team? It's one more team. Tennessee and Texas from the SEC. Everybody
mm,
else is going to be the Big Ten. And whoever wins the Big 12 and whoever wins the ACC.
well, yeah, you're right. When it
Yeah,
happens, mate,
we're going to
which we
find out
talking about.
next weekend, folks.
Yeah, we
And
talking about late December. Yeah, you got it. We forgot. You got to do this week, and then you got your
next week.
championship games next
Next week.
week. You got to do this week. Then you got your championship games next week,
Then
and
there's
then
a Heisman Trophy.
after that, they'll be lining up the bowl games, and then they'll be lining up the playoffs, and then we'll find out how they'll do the playoffs. And that we talking about the December what
15th.
20
No,
December
15th.
15th. It's 16th. That's when it starts.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
playoffs
December.
start in the after Christmas. Playoffs. Right after Christmas. Playoffs are the weekend of the 27th.
But Mace, that's what I said. You're talking December, right? Late
Yeah,
December.
we're in December
You
now, baby.
know, Mace, you said the 15th. I said,
No, I
I'm
said
talking
that,
about the playoffs, Mace. The playoffs. That's what I'm talking about. That starts. My point is this, Mace. Those little few bowl games that they're going
yeah,
to kick off. I don't know when the bowl. I've seen it start as early as 6. I've seen it start sometimes 10th. It depends, holiday bowl and all that stuff. Those bowl games, you can actually have a bankroll of $300, and you could burn through your bankroll before the playoffs. So you talking about I want to take that Oregon, whoever they play playoff game, but you playing these other games, the bowl games kick off, you done ate through your bankroll. So that's why the focus is on the games that happen now. Them games are gonna come, man. And believe me, when they come, you'll be ready. But no, and also, Mace, that's more fandom. That's more fandom. See, all of that is what a fan wants to see. They want to
hmm
see Alabama, Ole Miss. Oh, I want to see the Alabama and the Rebels, and I don't care nothing about neither one of them teams. I want the winning team.
that's why you thought I meant the playoffs on the 15th. What I meant was they're going to pick who's going to play who in the playoffs on the 16th, the day after the Heisman.
Okay, all right, I got you, Mace. I stand.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
don't
was
know
wrong.
who's playing
No,
who.
no,
I
I
don't
was wrong.
even know.
I was wrong on that. I misunderstood you, bro. I got you.
Yeah, that's after the Heisman. They're going to pick the teams.
Yeah, Mace. I ain't seen a Heisman. I swear, I haven't seen that. Man, I can't even tell you. I don't even think since 2000. I've never watched that.
The last one I saw is Lamar Jackson, since he's on your phone now.
Okay, we got to see how he's
React
if they're gonna keep up.
had a hell
Oh,
of a game Monday night. I'll tell you that.
Pittsburgh plays Cincinnati. We'll see.
We will see. Yes.
Yeah, we'll see if they beat them. But see, that tells me a lot. If they beat Cincinnati, they're going to be hard to deal with. They might actually win a playoff game. But if they go in there, they already lost to Cleveland. They go in there and they have a 3 game. They can't get a lead, and it's 2 minutes left, and it's Pittsburgh down by 1 or Pittsburgh up by 1. That's the same sorry Steeler team we've been watching for the last 12 years. They're not going to do anything.
Oh boy.
If that's what happens, we'll find out, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not watch the game last week, but when I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning last Friday, a week ago today, and I saw that Cleveland won in the snow, I said Tomlin's up to his old magic tricks.
Hmm.
See, I understand why you don't like Mike Tomlin. I get it. I'm not a Tomlin uh, homer. I criticize him a lot. You know my criticisms of Mike Tomlin. Gets a fucking 24 to nothing. He takes off the gas. Next thing you know, it's 24-21. And the other team is driving to take the lead.
Mike, look,
I mean, I like Mike, but Mike has a lot of flaws.
well, not he shouldn't even be. Well, that's we'll see, man. We'll see when they play
That's the
Cincinnati.
Eagles in 2 weeks, by the way.
Well, they do have a. If you go check it out yourself, they haven't beat Philly, and Philly. I think you're going back to the '60s.
I know this. Eagles win Sunday, they will go 15-2. They got four of their last five at home. They will not lose to the AFC. They will not lose to the NFC East at home.
Well, they are playing better than I expected. I know they beat Green Bay, and they were the ones who hurt the Green Bay quarterback, but it looks like he's come back and
I
the
was talking
NFL's.
about earlier. He's
Yep.
Green Bay is getting warmed up, folks. I mean, they haven't even Green Bay hasn't even scratched the surface. Like I forgot the linebacker who was sacking Tua all night. He said it best. Our season starts next week.
What was so didn't Green Bay play Miami?
Last night, yeah, they were up 27-3 before you could blink an eye.
Mm. So did Miami look okay or what?
Not really. One of their players called them out after the game last night. Called them, soft.
Okay.
So
And who's in what Buffalo, right?
yeah,
Buffalo's running away with that
yeah, yeah.
Buffalo.
Yeah, man. Orchard Park. Thank God is 900 miles from me. Not want to live up there. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, and I'm looking at the scoreboard, Mason. East Carolina.
they're up on Navy already.
I don't see a score. I see they matched up, and Wisconsin no score. They both matched up, and
But I'm gonna use a line you said a minute ago. I don't watch teams who are not playing in the playoffs. I'll watch Georgia tonight.
okay, you got Ole Miss. Okay, you just want to see that
No, no,
Georgia
no,
Tech.
no
Okay,
kidding. No kidding. I'll take the 24.5. Mississippi State will play hard and cover the 24.
I think it was. I think Georgia. I'm trying to think of the team they played. They played Florida, and Florida was sacking them. What happened? I'm trying to remember what happened in that game. Didn't Florida come back and beat a good like Alabama or something? They beat a good team.
Yeah, last week I think. Forgot who they played, but they went. Florida's hot right now.
Okay, something about the quarterback. It was something that happened. Also,
They,
Texas. I think Texas is whoever winds up with Texas. I mean, if you keep up with them, that's easy money.
yeah, I think Texas playing the first playoff game in Austin. You're not going to beat Texas. It'll be a hell of a game because you're playing against a good team, but you're not going to beat them in Austin. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. I think the first four teams, and I'll throw in Notre Dame. They got Miami at four. No, I'm not going to do Miami. The first three teams in Notre Dame, I don't see them losing their first playoff. I don't see somebody coming to Columbus and beating them. I don't see somebody going out to Eugene, Oregon and beating them, Austin, or Southland. So,
We'll see, man. I think Texas is overrated. I
no,
think that quarterback is very, very mid, and Eli Manning. I think we'll know. I mean,
well, that's the
Arch
beauty of
Manning.
the game.
Well, I got to see. I can't say Arch Manning is better because I haven't seen him play, but I would
I've
say,
seen him play a few times. He got the goods.
well, then they should be better, man, because it seems like to me that's what Texas needs, a quarterback.
Yeah,
Texas
exactly.
they win a lot of their games on that defense, man. They have
In
a
the running game.
kill it, yeah, running game, and they got a killer defense. It's
Yeah.
him. It's that quarterback that throws picks and overthrows his players. And when you would say all of them do, well, guys, look at the guy at Oregon. He don't. When you have a championship team, you have an exceptional quarterback. The guy at Oregon, whatever his name is, that guy don't turn the ball over. And if the receiver's open, he connects with
Make
the
the
receiver.
throws. Yeah,
Yeah. He's not out here overthrowing footballs and making mistakes.
I agree.
But hold up, we got to bury your bookie, Mace,
Very
bury
good.
bury your bookie, bury your book,
Oh, I see it now. Very good. Yeah.
bury your bookie. And I had what's his name, Lauro. Lauro wanted some picks. Well, these are your picks, Lauro. Mace has got his 3 picks going by. So you getting into NBA, Mace?
I'm beginning tonight. I'm gonna put my picks for the NHL and the NBA
Okay,
up there with the football.
okay. Well, a lot of people looking at this Colorado game, and and that's the thing about a team like Okie State, right?
Yeah.
Um, you could say that Dion did that press conference to motivate Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is a very difficult player. You know, he gets open, he makes plays, he's good on defense. By him coming out saying they screwed him out of the Jim Thorpe Award, that's gonna make people. I mean, that's gonna piss him off, and that's going he's gonna get out there and perform. And they're playing against a subpar team. This is the first quarter. They're up 21-0.
There you go, folks. The spread is covered.
And this is Okie State on their best. Okie State on their best day. They're just a running team. If you force them to pass, they fall down 35-0, 42-0 going into the half. They got to run the football. I mean, they got to pass the football. And if they start passing, they're gonna start turning the ball over. That don't mean Colorado will put even larger numbers. So
Yeah.
that's why that coach got to be real careful with because he's passing a lot now. He better get back to running that football to try to eat some eat some time off the clock. And there's another personal foul. Um, Okie State is going after these Colorado. I didn't know. Maybe I missed something. They've been going after the Colorado players lately.
Yeah, because of their swagger.
Started with Shador. Now, no, Mace. It's the first quarter. They've had 4 15-yard personal foul penalties. Something else is going on with the teams. They're going after these Colorado guys.
Yeah. With me, we know Dion is Dion. His sons are very entitled. You know,
Do
and
what?
I think there's teams who really don't want to take Shador Sanders, but because they're bad, I don't see the Giants doing. I think Shador Sanders will end up with the Raiders. I talked to our friend about that on Monday night, and he wants Shador Sanders real bad.
Um,
Shout out to our friend.
if he go to the Raiders, he gonna be messed up. You know that, right?
Raiders got talent. They just don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, but it's just what they represent. It's going that
But don't
coach.
you think that this function fits Dion though?
I mean, I could see if she do go to L.A. and never leave. I mean,
LA
Vegas
is never
and
had
and
him.
and it's Vegas.
Yes, exactly. He'd
I
be
could see
perfect
him.
in Vegas. They'll give Dion a room, a president suite in the Bellagio Hotel, the Bellagio Hotel.
They certainly got accommodations for all of them.
Exactly.
They
They'll
certainly
be
got
good.
that.
They're putting up a new goddamn
It would, it,
casino every other week.
it would be perfect for him if he went there and
I agree.
got into that team. But we'll see. I mean, what Raiders? What's their record?
2-10.
Oh, okay. So they okay. Who are they? Who are
Flash.
who? No, who are they competing with as
Giants.
far as okay,
Giants.
those two teams for number one pick.
Yes.
Okay, and then you got Ward from Miami coming out, right?
Man, I look at him as very erratic.
Okay. Who else is coming out that's worthy of a first
The
round pick?
quarterback who we just trashed a minute ago, Quentin Ewers, Texas.
I think that he's a. I think that there's a 15. There's 15 Quentin Ewers already in the NFL.
I totally agree.
So I don't. He don't have no glitter to him.
I was
So
talking about on another platform, not even on YouTube yesterday, about Daniel Jones. And I did all the teams. There's only two teams that Daniel Jones can play on, the Raiders and the Colts. I'll take him over Richardson. Everybody else in the league, I'm not taking Daniel Jones over. And the league knows that.
mm,
Richardson's horrible. I mean, we all have point our fingers at Bryce Young. Bryce Young is playing better and better now. Richardson is pathetic. He's pathetic. It's the Colts. I'm tired. Nigga, go
oh,
out
you
there.
talking about? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
go
I
ahead.
got you. But he's back. He's the back. He's back starting, right?
Yeah.
So if he's back starting, um, if he's back starting, they're pretty happy with him then, right?
Not really. They're desperate to get wins. They're in the seventh spot in the playoffs. They're desperate.
Okay. Well, they, yeah, that's one thing about wagering. It eats your. It's like it'll eat your life. You have to be real careful with it, right? So, um, when you say the 49, I mean the Indianapolis Colts, Mace, for me, I don't keep up with them. I just look at the line and I look
Hmm.
at the way they've been playing and I go with that. No, I don't even have time to keep it. Well, matter of fact, one of my favorite players, Jonathan Taylor, was
He's
what's
falling
up?
off the face of the earth.
What's up with you, Sean? One of my favorite players, Jonathan Taylor.
Hmm.
Man, that's one of my favorite players from Wisconsin. He plays for the Colts, but I don't keep up with the Colts like that. And a lot of time he's hurt. But Mace, that dude, I'm amazed that dude ain't taking over the NFL. I hope that dude wind up coming to Pittsburgh. I hope they say, hey, we're gonna trade you. You're not working out for us. Man, Mace, when he get out of Indy, he will be a star.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yo, Sean, pull up here, bro. He's been looking for you everywhere. But he don't know the channels to find you.
He said he been looking for me.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
for
well,
advice.
we haven't been
Gambling. I
we haven't
mean,
been
handicapping advice.
yeah, well, we doing it now, and when we got the championship games, and then
The bowl
um,
games. That's
yeah,
what
you
we're
got
gonna
the
work
bowl
on.
game. So if you want to be serious, and somebody makes, I got attacked personally. Somebody made a personal attack about my gambling. They said I had a gambling problem. And Mace, I looked at him and said, wait a minute, I don't have a gambling problem. I have a winning problem.
There you go.
Yeah. And they didn't get it. So it ain't about you gambling. It's about you losing your bet. It ain't about making the bet. You got to win the bet. Look at Sean. No, I'm joking with you, Sean. No,
You know he's a youngster.
uh, no, you got to win the bet. So, um, and they wouldn't, like I said, they don't understand, and I don't waste my time trying to convince anybody of any of this stuff, man. Um, do as you please. You're grown, you're a grown adult. Live your life. Do as you please, man. We got Black Friday. You got a lot of people catching deals. You got 75-inch TVs going for the 150, Mace.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, they giving them away, man. Well, no, Mace. I got a Toshiba 75-inch. I'm sorry, bro. Toshiba. I got a Toshiba. I got that brand. That normally go for. I shit.
About
We used to go
1,500.
2 15, 3 years ago.
You got
A
it for
70,
150. There you
a
go.
70. No, I got it for four and change. I paid more than what they're going for, but it's a Toshiba. And then
Yeah.
people didn't understand. I said, well, don't worry about it. And they say you're paying a little bit too much. They, Max, they say you're paying a little bit too much. I said, don't worry about it. I, be,
Yeah.
I know I'm not. I said, no, I'm not.
People don't get it, man. Shit. I wish I wish I had me a damn Toshiba right now. But I'm not TV crazy. I never, unless there's sports on, I
Hmm.
don't watch television. And one of the main reasons that is I've been so used to going to sports bars and strip club watching sports in my 20s and 30s and early 40s. Uh, I don't have time for for regular television unless there's something going on in the real world. Other than that, I ain't watching that stuff. I watch my sports. Sean says, "Why are you laughing?" You gotta be a little older to understand, Sean. You got Toshiba for four and change? That's good. That's great.
And,
People,
and you got to look across that football field. And I got the Colorado game playing. You got to look across that football field. You got to look at Warren Sapp. And I know their
mhm.
defense gives up a lot of points, but overall influence the way Sapp, to in my opinion, his addition to that team, not just him, but he's been a major contributor as far as the attitude and the way they've become a decent team. I think he's shown those guys a lot of things and taught them how to be, better players.
Are you gonna fight Warren Sapp if you one of these youngsters? The answer is hell's no. I'm gonna leave Warren Sapp alone.
And if
I'll
and
be
if
up
De,
here as long as Platt will be up here.
if Deion Sanders if Deion Sanders takes the Deion Sanders um, experience to Dallas, can they win?
If you didn't hear him last week, he said he wants nothing to do with the NFL.
Well, no. If well, they say that all the time. Then next, they getting signed. If Deion Sanders to leave Colorado, all he's got to do is buy himself out like 5 million. He's out of the contract. He's a free man. Do what he want. He can then go coach at Dallas.
No, no,
And
no.
now
He said
what's Dallas record?
5-7. They're winning games, which they will take them out of a good draft position. They
They
get one
wouldn't.
more win. They're picking in the 10 to 18 range.
Yeah, they couldn't. They don't, there's no way they could draft Shador Sanders, and there's no way he could hold out and say he want to go. It's impossible.
I think, and this is what our friend was saying on Monday night, and I totally agree with him. The one place he will let his sons go is the Raiders. Lifestyle, glitz, glamour, all there in Vegas.
Did you say the Raiders?
Mm-hmm. In Vegas, yeah.
Well,
Dion will prove
but
it.
who's not really a Raider type though, in my opinion. I don't think
Hmm.
Dion's really a Raider.
I think Vegas is what's going to attract that family. Plot. Like I said, they'll give him a $10 million suite at the Bellagio to stay at. And I can see Dion, if his son goes there, angling to coach the Raiders with Tom Brady got 15% of the team. Not now, but in the future.
Okay. Well, look, man, like I said, man, I don't even worry about what they do. I worry about what's going on right now. A lot of people
With your
put their
money,
money.
exactly. And
A
I'm with
lot
you.
of people, yeah, a lot of people put their money on Okie State. You got Gundy. You got a decent running back. They took them 16. They came in, took them 14 and a half, two touchdowns, three scores. They took them 16 and a half points, and they said that Okie could keep it close. And if Dion puts he literally, if they put, and they got 13 minutes, if they put another score up, technically this game's over.
Yeah. And I think it will be over. That's why I told Sean earlier this week. I mean, I told him, I gave him the games yesterday morning. Wednesday night, I told him take Dion with the 16 minus 16 and a half. To me, that was a lot. Gundy, come on. Who you like next week to win the Big 12? Dion or BYU?
Uh, I don't know. I probably would take BYU to be honest with you. Now, when he plays, if that's who they play, if it's Dion versus BYU,
That's what it's
B-
going to be.
BYU's a lot better than this Okie State. They're better than that team.
Well,
And
Okie
BYU,
State's 3-8, Clark.
huh?
Okie State's 3-8.
I know, Mason, and I'm saying BYU is going to be more difficult. It's very possible because Dion has lost what, three games? Lost to
Yeah,
Kansas, lost to K State, and somebody else. When a guy has adequate talent,
yeah.
they defeat him. See, like you said, this team is 3-8. When he played Nebraska, he lost to Nebraska. When teams have adequate talent, they defeat the Buffs. The, the Buffaloes, they have a lot of problems that people are ignoring. But see, they're only played a short amount of games. But we'll see next week. See, next week is when it will matter. Next week is when it will matter because all of a sudden, how they line the game, who's favored, who's not, who's hurt, who's not. With a team like BYU, they got a decent defense. They got a coach. He's gonna work the reps. So we'll see. Now, I don't know if they're gonna. I'm gonna say they're gonna lose, but I just don't have a whole lot. I don't have a whole lot of expectations for the Buffaloes. You know, it's sort of like I was saying with Boise. I see Boise's leading. Boise ain't played nobody. So, yeah, when they play somebody, talk to me about them. They ain't played nobody. If Arkansas played the same schedule as Boise, Arkansas would be undefeated. I mean, not Arkansas, Alabama. If Alabama had to play a Boise State schedule, they would be undefeated. So Alabama got a bunch of losses. They got losses because they play in the SEC. They have to play very good teams. Texas A&M is being suggested to even win this game. Texas A&M versus Texas. Texas, what, number three?
Hmm.
A&M. I don't even think A&M's even ranked,
I
but
think
they're
they
a
are.
very. Are they ranked?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
Okay, they're a good team.
Yeah. I'm looking at the standings right now in the Big 12. I'll let you know what's going on there. All right, Arizona State's 9-2. BYU is 9-2. Iowa State's 9-2. So Dion won't be playing in the championship game next week. He won't be.
Well, we'll see. But you can go ahead and talk about your picks, though. Go ahead and you talk about. I haven't looked at the NFL board, so other than Pittsburgh plays Cincinnati, that's pretty much all I know.
Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. The Steelers are a 3-point underdog. I picked this the other night. I'm going to take Pittsburgh to win now.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Chargers -1 at Atlanta. I'm going to take the no, the Commanders. The Titans have played so much better lately. But after that horrible loss, you know what? I'm going to take the Titans plus 6.5 in Washington. I'm going to take that.
Okay.
And I already said I'm going
Okay.
to take the Raiders plus 13.5. They'll lose, but they'll cover.
What's up with your third? What's up with you?
I'm going to take the Colts 2.5 on the road in New England.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Texans -3.5 at the Jaguars. I'm going to take the over with the Cardinals and the Vikings. I'm taking the Seahawks. It opened at +4.5. That's when I jumped on them. Now they're a point and a half favorite. Some places 1. I'm still taking the Seahawks to win outright. I'm taking the Buccaneers -6 over the Panthers, even though they played better. Saints Rams, I really don't care. I'll probably take the Saints because they won 2 in a row and they're home. So I'll take the Saints plus 2.5. You know I'm taking. Oh, it's up to a field goal. I'll take the Eagles to win outright +3 in Baltimore. Whew. I'm going to take the 49ers to cover the touchdown at Buffalo in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
If Purdy's not playing, I'm not going to touch this game. I'll go Buffalo in a touchdown. And I'm definitely taking Bo Nix -5.5 on Monday Night Football at home against the Browns. What's up, third? What's up, the
Bo
third
Nix.
one?
Who they playing?
Cleveland,
Where's it at?
Denver.
Okay. They probably will beat them. The way things are going.
They could feel it in Denver now, man. How
I'm
good
not.
this team is.
I know this. Look, Mace. I know you like Bo Nix, and they are winning, Mace. But I'm not. I'm not sold on them. And the Sean Payton dude, I'm just not sold on them. I just don't feel when I look at them.
Yeah,
That's like you told me the Raiders are 2-10. Man,
yeah.
you could have told me Denver was 2-10, and I would have probably said, okay, I agree. They are.
All right, Moss put his picks in. He likes the Seahawks. I took the line on Monday night, Moss, when they were 4.5 point underdog. I take my picks early in the week so everybody will see them up here. I'm taking the Steelers. Yes, Moss. +3. Taking the Texans -3.5. And I'm taking the Chargers -1 at Atlanta. Yes. Yes, Sasky Gunner.
There you
Oh,
go.
Sasky Gunner, did you enjoy this last night? Let me pull it up.
Did you say what?
I was talking to my man in the chat,
Oh,
and I asked him, did he? I was about to ask him, did he enjoy the beatdown last night?
Well, it's Black Friday, Mace. Go get you a deal out here, man. Go buy you a microphone, Mace.
Nah, I'm good.
And that's all. Well, that's all I got, Mace. I mean, other than you got 3 o'clock games, and then you got the Kansas City game. And May says take those points, and I say go ahead and I'd stay with the Chiefs. It's a big number. You feel good if you take that number. You'll feel good to the third to the second quarter, and then you probably realize you took the wrong number because that number's too high. They must know something.
Which number?
Chiefs minus 13 in a rivalry game. If they put a number that high, they must know something. The Chiefs gonna blow them out.
They believe that the Raiders are going to tank and get Shador Sanders.
Oh, okay. Well, that's time to make money then. If they think the Raiders are gonna tank,
That team is hapless, man. They are. Hunt
so
and Pacheco back and O'Connell QB. Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders to cover, not to win. Raiders always play the Chiefs tough.
and look, check your email, mates. We're gonna come out. We're gonna do a playoff. We're gonna do a bowl game. We're gonna do a playoffs. And next week we got the what they call them championship.
Conference championship game.
Yeah, we got to do all of those. Got to do all
You
those.
win.
Probably on a Thursday. Got to knock them
You
out
got
early.
it. I'll set it up. Just send me the
Got you.
thumbnail. I'll plaster it up, man.
Got
You
you.
know how we do.
All right, Mace. Take care of yourself. All right,
You
bro.
too. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. I know I did.
Just saying. Okay.
You be
All
good, man.
right.
Enjoy your weekend. Platinum Elite. And for our picks, as you see mine, Eagles plus. Uh, I'm gonna put the Eagle plus 3. Seahawks opened at plus 4.5. Remember, I did this on Monday, and I'm taking the Cardinals and the Vikings over 45. He just left, Sean. Damn, he just left. He just left a second ago, just now. He's not. He didn't do his picks. He let me do it. Me and Iman 24-12. Iman is having a monster year. Shout out to him. I'm 24-12. That's a 667 winning percentage against the spread, folks. So you know me. I up here I get it done for you. I think mine's this week are a layup, and there's more layups for you. Let me do it for you since I got the big board up here. Let me go up here. Start from the beginning. Um, I would take the Raiders. You can go either way, Raiders and Chiefs. I'm taking the Raiders plus 13.5. I'm gonna take the Titans plus 6.5 at the Redskins. They're going. By the way, if you did not hear the news on Wednesday, they're going back to the Redskins. Okay, they are going. It's official. They are going back to the Redskins. I will say, if not next year, 2026. I'm taking the Chargers -1 because they lost to the Falcons. I mean, lost to the Ravens. I'm going to take the Steelers +3 at Cincinnati. I'm taking the Colts in New England -2.5. I'm taking the Texans -3.5 at Jacksonville. That's a sure shot. I'm going over Cardinals and Vikings over 45. I'm going to take the Seahawks -1. I think the Jets will play hard, but the Seahawks are coming on now with that young, dynamic defense. I can't wait to see them next week at Arizona rematch. Buccaneers, I'm going to take the Bucks -6. These are layups this week, folks. Rams Saints, I don't give a damn about this game, but I'm going to take the Saints because they're healthy again. They're getting healthier. and they're at home plus 2.5. And they hate the Rams from what happened back in 2018 in the championship game. I love the Eagles getting a field goal. I'll say this right now. I'm coming back tonight to do the Eagles because all the good hockey games are at 3 o'clock today. I'm taking the Eagles. Not only I took them back in April to get to the Super Bowl. They will have a cakewalk to the Super Bowl, and I will explain about that tonight. They'll be playing in a snowdrift in Buffalo Sunday night. They expect Mike Tirico said this at the end of the Green Bay game last night. We listened to him. 23.8 inches of snow in Buffalo by kickoff Sunday night. And I don't know how they're going to get this shit in. Goodell should have played the game today. And I'm taking the Broncos. Bo Nix, minus 5.5 at home Monday night. I'm not watching the game. I'm taking Bo Nix on Monday night. Let me see what Sean's saying now. Yep, Trevor's back. Minus 13 on line is a lot. Yeah, stay away, but Chiefs will win, of course. I agree. And let me end this night, this day up here, since Moss is here. Let me say what I said earlier about the gutless Dolphins, who, when that game was 27-3, I just went to sleep. And when I woke up, Jordan Love and all those guys were eating turkey legs on the field. Miami got a lot to work to do. They're going to have to rebuild this because they are pussy on both sides of the ball. I don't want to hear about Chop Robinson. What was Chop Robinson last night? Calais Campbell played well. What was Chop Robinson last night? And I'll say it again. This is what happens when a fan base don't hold their team accountable. You should do what smart people do, Dolphin fans. You tell the team, I'll believe it when I see it. It's been 52 years now. It's been 40 years since your last Super Bowl. It's been 32 years since your last AFC Championship game. It's going on 25 years since your last playoff one. Don't you think it's enough of delusion? We had so many chances and play calls in the red zone. We good in midfield always, but yeah, where was Chop seen was silenced and not in a lot. Yeah, told you. And folks, I call things straight down the middle. And this is why you see that thumbnail up there of God's Arsenal. And they didn't even scratch the surface. Green Bay is going to play well in Detroit next Thursday. I promise you that. Fans have nothing to do with players, and we don't hold accountable. Remember, it's Dolphin Entertainment. It ain't going to be Dolphin Entertainment no more. And where's the Dolphin community who said, I didn't know anything about this team? You, Dolphin community, you don't know a goddamn thing about this franchise. I'm glad Big O's come out and said it. Media members are saying it now, like Dave Hyde and Big O. If you're under 45 years old, you don't know a damn thing about this team. As a matter of fact, if you're under 45 years old, you've never seen this team win a big game in your life. And you fucking clowns treat this team like they're the greatest team in the world. They ain't shit. They're a joke. They're a joke. And until they become what they once was, which was a powerful, power running, great football team that was a dynasty, you guys gonna keep on keeping on. The fumble punt, yeah, the game was over right there. The game was over. When they fumbled the punt early in the first quarter, game was over. Yeah, you take care of Moss. Have a good weekend, man. I'm out of here. Again, Green Bay treated this game like a scrimmage. Green Bay hasn't even started playing yet. And they won as many games right now as they did last year now. That's right. Read defensive, bro. They Dolphin Entertainment Football. That's what they want to be. That's what they want to be. Dolphins Entertainment. Well, you got it last night. And then you hear people like David Furonis, that clown, talking about, oh, Tua did this. No, 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 no. Tua got his yards when the game was over at 27. And one more thing. I don't ever want to hear a Dolphin fan ever say, these young ones, that Tua is better than Jordan Love. They're in two different worlds. Love is playing for dynastic legacy. Tua Tagovailoa is playing just to make the playoffs and win a playoff game, which is pathetic. And until the Dolphins get bigger, stronger on both sides of the ball, be a more physical team, get some big linebackers on the outside. And I'm glad Jordan Brooks called the team pussy last night for this. Good for him. And you Miami fans, this is what happens when you think your team is the greatest thing in the world. You ain't shit. You're nothing. You're nothing. And until you start winning some big games in the next coming years, you'll be like you are right now and what you're going to be. Anywhere between 7 and 10 and 10 and 7. Nothing else. You'll be a 7th seed every year in the AFC. Could remember, the quarterbacks in the AFC are young. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Moss in the chat. Talk about June Smith. If they lose to the Jets next week, your season's over, and then you got 4 games to not to look at anything. And that's why you should start looking at the draft. That's a Dolphin tradition since 1986, 87. Start looking at the draft, Dolphin. Okay. All right. Green Bay, Detroit next Thursday night. I will be on the air at 6:30 with Big pregame show. Detroit is all banged up on the defense. Stupid ass penalties. Moss, stop using excuses. That game was over at 27-3, bro. Just come out and say like your team sucks. That's all you gotta say. We suck. Moss, go see your clients. Go see your clients, man. Oh, I'm having a good time up here. Go see your clients, Moss. I'm gonna buy some more hockey jerseys. I bought me a Guy Lafleur today, a Connor McDavid today, and a Timo Solani today. So again, would you rather spend your money on a hoe, or would you rather spend your money on yourself on things you like? I always pick myself. Dying dolphins killing you. Oh man, you dolphin people, man. You know the sad thing is, I'm a big dolphin fan. It may not sound like, but I tell the truth about my teams. And right now, of my teams, the only one I see a feature is Calgary, the Flames. Okay, that's why you're gonna start when I get my camera back. I'm gonna start. You're gonna see me wearing a lot of hockey jerseys, and you're gonna see me rocking the Flames a lot because they have a future. Moss talking about his favorite football team. That would be Arsenal in North London. Mr. Miami, vroom, vroom, Suzuki. Yeah, he's going to get that. And he's going to love it. And about this group right here in the thumbnail, they're just getting warmed up. And I got a new one that's going to come out, cold out hockey jerseys over hoodies. Bunny hugs. I'm not into snow bunnies, folks. I don't do women at all. Okay, I'm not a woman guy. I like my jerseys. I like going to sporting events and betting on games. That's what I like. Jacobs is a beast. Yeah, yeah. Josh Jacobs let the Dolphins know what physical football is all about. And that's the difference why Miami don't win. You don't have a Josh Jacobs. You got instead a Pussy and Mozart and A. Kane who gets hurt all the damn time. That's right. Warm hoodies with your hockey jersey. Yes. Bunny hugs in Western Canada equals hoodies. Yes, yes, yes. So I went shopping today, Black Friday, got some good deals on some authentic hockey jerseys, but I have to wait a couple of weeks to get it sewn. And that because hockey is behind the NFL. Hockey is the second best sport in the world, and I love hockey. And again, um, hockey is where it is. So Chiefs Raiders pregame show's about to start in 2 minutes over in Amazon Prime. I am not watching that game, folks. I'm just going to relax. I will be back at 7:30 to do this. Let me bring it up. And we're going to talk about this team because to me, this team is overlooked, not taken seriously, and I think people should take them seriously. I do because I got them going to the Super Bowl since April, and I don't see this team breaking a sweat to get to the Super Bowl. And we will talk about this team later tonight. I'm bringing them up on the thumbnail. I might as well leave them up here. Let me get this down and bring this up. There you go. That is tonight. Are the Eagles the most unappreciated, maligned team in the NFL? Hell yes. And I'm going to say it right now. We'll talk about this later tonight. They will have a cakewalk to the Super Bowl. A cakewalk. A cakewalk. There's not a team in the NFC that's going to beat this team. And I'm going to be winning some more money. I'm going to put your parlay in. There you go, boy. There you go. Dion's already winning 21-0. There you go. Sean's going to play 18 parlay today that I gave him. And I'm going to start putting my picks up here beginning tonight. NBA, 4 NHL. So you can win some money. Don't bet no 5. Well, bet what you want. I don't care. I usually, when I play my football picks, I bet $100 a week on my football. And I'm 24-12 against the spread. So if you're doing 67, you're winning 67% of your picks. You know what that tells you? You're a goddamn good picker against the spread. And I killed it last year. I've killed it the last 3 years. I didn't do well in 21. I was horrible in 21. Since 2022, you said 18? 18 what, Sean? 18 what? I'm talking about the one on the screen. Oh, all right, let me do it for you. The Seahawk line changed now. It's a 1.5, Seattle. Eagles are +3 now. And the Colts Vikings are over 45. I'm going to adjust that when I get on the air tonight. So those are the picks for the weekend. So I want to thank everybody for coming in. I'll be back tonight. We'll talk about these Philadelphia Eagles who are not getting no love from the country. And we're going to go in depth with the Eagles. We're going to do the playoff picture tonight. I'm off tomorrow, thank God. I can watch hockey tomorrow. I'll text it to you. I'm getting ready to get off the air right now, Sean. So go out there and shop for Black Friday. I don't care for TVs. I got what I wanted. You know, I got 3 authentic hockey jerseys for, instead of paying $1,700 after taxes, I got it for $1,300. So we'll see you tonight, everybody. Enjoy your leftover turkey. I'm about to heat mine up right now, have my dinner, and then I'll watch some hockey. Rangers Phillies playing right now. I'll watch that. Enjoy your afternoon, everybody. Sean, I'll hit you up in a minute. Enjoy, everybody. Thank you for coming. People in the chat, thank you. You guys were great today. People in the Cash App, thank you so much. Appreciate you.